And now, the interviewer Angela will lead us upon what we see on the surface. That's the wrong Angela, get out!
Okay, hi guys, I'm the real Angela He, and I'm the interviewer. Yeah, and welcome to today's TEDxWLSA workshop. And today, my main topic is about beyond the surface. And before we begin, I would like you to ask yourself a question. What is the anxiety, what is the soundtrack of your anxiety? Is it relentless pain of notification? Is it continuous scroll of perfect lives on social media? Or is it quiet, crushing pressure to be exceptional in your studies, your future careers, or even your entire life? We spent this afternoon hearing different voices from our own generation, and each of them holding up a mirror to the world we live in. So if you listen closely, you will find something extraordinary, that each of them are telling the same story, just from different angles. So let's get a quick review. First, Angela Lee reviews us, even a banana in our lunchbox has hidden a crisis beneath its yellow skin. And Mark took us on a journey of World War II, code-breaking machine, to ChatGPT, revealing us technological miracle is just about one problem, one solution, and one step stacked on another. Then, Isabel took us to the grassland of Ghana and found plastic in those stomachs of yaks. And then, she looked deeper and found hope in the woman weaving waste into baskets. Alex challenged us to rethink why we choose those excavators over stairs, not because of laziness, he argues, but because of the exhaustion, the deep loss of energy in our optimized world. Isabella then showed us how Tai Chi, something looks slow on the surface, can help us to rebuild our body and our own mind. Sophie then showed us how comedy can transform. It's not about laughter, but a weapon against taboo, a voice for those voiceless, and a way to tell the truth that no one else dares. And Queenie just now talked about how music could transform into something beautiful, something structured, and finding meanings behind these notes. Zia will later take us to the moon and back with a story about identity, duplication, and power. Please look forward to his speech. And now we go back to the topic. What kind of pattern do you see? Each of the speakers did the same thing, that they refused to stop at the surface. For example, they talk about things that we all knew, like a banana, a computer, a grassland, and even a staircase. And they keep asking, what's going on here? What lies beneath? This is kind of skill that is most urgent in our lifetime. And this ability to look deeper is not new to us. It is actually, in fact, the guide of practice from 500-year-old artists who knew all the things about surface and the things also hide beneath them, Michelangelo. And this is a picture of him. On the right hand, this is a picture of a man called Pope Julius II, who is the boss of Michelangelo and his ultimate client. This man has a very infinite power, a terrible temper, and a very specific vision. So Michelangelo was struggling between Pope Julius II, high demanding expectation, and his own artistic brilliance. Sounds familiar? Because Michelangelo already knew that he had to create a perfect facade while risking his self-doubt inside. So he put his pressure into his own chisel and create two powerful messages to us today. First, let's look at the sculpture David. I think you guys are kind of familiar with it because it's mainly about a young servant beat the giant Goliath in the village. And is that as simple as we think on the surface? Definitely not. If you see closer, you can find that David's eyes is not looking for those applause. It is actually locked by the horizon, focused and even afraid. Also, look at his body. His body is not relaxing. It is actually coiled and tense, just like a compressed spring. This means that this moment is not the moment before victory. It is actually the moment after victory. Which means that David are still struggling between the heartbeats of decision and action. When giant Goliath is still coming, when the stone is still on his hand. So Michelangelo reveals us that our true enemy is not about against those giants in the village. It's actually about to conquer our giant of fear inside of our own mind. So once David, he stand on that ground, he already won the battle. This leads us to the first lesson. True strength is not the absence of fear. It's the decision to act in spite of it. And what if the giant doesn't fall? What if we, despite our all work, our all effort, and nothing just works out? Michelangelo also gives us the answer. Look at this sculpture. It's called The Dying Slave. And on the surface, it's mainly about a young man, struggled, bounded, dying, and defeated. However, if you look closer, you will see that his face is not twisted in agony. It's actually peaceful, almost transcendent. And look at his body. It is not bounded, struggling. It is arcs softly, just like somebody about to fall asleep. And in terms of the ropes, these ropes are not so brutal shackle, not tight. They're just lies gently and like some scars about to slip away. So, Michelangelo not depicts a man crushed by stone. He wants to depict the spirit way out of the stone. His victory does not come from breaking those chains on his body, but realizing them could never change his spirit and soul. So this leads us to the second lesson. True strength is also the wisdom to stop fighting a battle that consumes you. And overall, Michelangelo teaches us two lessons today. The first one is the David sculpture that he teaches us to learn the strength of action. The second one is the Dying Slave, which teaches us the strength of acceptance. One is inward and one is outward. One says stand and one says surrender. Together, they build a picture of what it means to be strong. Today, each of the speakers, they did the same thing. They looked deeper and they refused to be trapped by the surface. And now, it's your turn. Back to the opening question. Actually, your anxiety is the surface. Your fear is the surface. Your self-doubt is also a surface. Peel them back and look closely. You will find clarity, choice, strength lies beneath them. We all learn from the echoes in the past, and Michelangelo leaves us the echoes of humanity, struggling, transcendent. He meet with us from 500 years old and meet with us in this room today. So what kind of echoes will you leave? It doesn't begin with a victory. You have to believe, to see deeper, to choose bravely, and to believe that there is always more beneath the surface. Thank you so much.